Hey guys, one of the most common questions is people are looking for a wetsuit to stay warm, and I want to talk about full suits today. So obviously you look on the wall and there's all these different full suits and trying to figure out what's the difference. Why does one cost $169 and another one costs $369? I want to give you a quick overview on wetsuits, what makes them different, and what to look for when you're looking at suits. So I'm going to start real simple and we'll go through some basic features. Much like clothes, the amount of cuts in a wetsuit and the material it's made out of and how it's built affect the price. This is a great entry-level suit from O'Neill called the Reactor. Flat lock seams, which are really durable. It's got slick skin on the front, which helps wind from penetrating it. But one of the things that you'll find is with these flat lock seams, you can have water come in through it. And just so you know, how does a wetsuit keep you warm? Basically, the rubber on the outside against your skin heats it up. So if you get water inside the suit, it'll reflect back against that rubber and help keep you warm. So the amount of water that comes into a suit through seams can affect how warm it keeps you. So ideally, you want a suit that doesn't leak very much. This one, while these seams are very durable, they will leak. And one of the best ways I can show you this, you can see how that deflates. You know, that's basically air coming out of the seam. So the same thing, if you've ever experienced, when you jump in the water in a full suit with the flat lock construction, water comes into it. So it's not gonna be quite as warm, say, as a suit like this one. This is a suit from O'Neill called the Epic. This is a glued and blind stitch seam. Each one of these seams is glued and then blind stitched, so it doesn't leak. And again, I'll give you another idea. Blow into it, and look, it doesn't leak. So the good thing is when you jump into the water, water doesn't come rushing in. It keeps you much warmer. Takes a lot more time and expense to do this type of construction. So from $169 to $219, this costs a little bit more. Has more cuts to it, has super stretch rubber, but a great suit. This Epic is actually probably one of our best all-around selling suits. Well, what about you go to the rack and you see this really cool material, looks like corduroy material. And hey, the zip's not in the back, it's in the front. This is a chest zip suit from O'Neill called the Hyper Freak. This is probably one of our best-selling performance wetsuits. What's different about this? Again, you look at the price tag, holy cow, this thing is over 300 bucks, $369. Big difference in technology. Technobutter, 20% lighter than most other neoprenes on the market, dries much quicker, stretchiest material on the market. Why do you want stretch? Well, if you're a water skier, reach, wakeboarder, flexibility in the shoulders for tricks, surfer, paddling, whatever you're using it for, it's going to be way more comfortable, way more flexible. On the inside, you have a unique Technobutter here, but also it's got a reflective material that reflects the heat back. I think they call it the furnace material. It's like a reflecting material. Chest zips. Why would you want a chest zip versus, say, a back zip suit? Well, chest zips basically don't have any restriction in the back from that rigid zipper going down it. The other thing for surfers, if you go to duck dive under a wave, you don't get any water coming in through the neck. So for flexibility and comfort, this might be a great option for you. For some people, if you don't have a great range of motion with your shoulders, stay with the back zip. But Hyper Freak, again, awesome suit from O'Neill. But what do you say, Bill? I want a back zip, but I want all the features and all the high-end materials. Well, O'Neill's got you covered there too. So you jump up to $419. This is called the Hyper Freak Fire. Again, Technobutter 3, Technobutter on the arms. One thing you'll see different here, it has the fluid tape seams. Again, glued and blind stitch, but taken to another level. No leaks at all through these seams. Again, more security that in the worst conditions, you're not going to have any leaks through it. Well, what about, Bill, if I'm going to surf in it, I don't want water coming down the back. Well, O'Neill's addressed that too in this suit. It has basically this shield in the back. Stops water from coming down, hitting your spine, basically helps keep you dry. Fluid seams also on the inside. And you can see this reflective material that radiates the heat back to you. Again, another great option. High-end suits that if you want to stay warm, this is one of the Cadillacs in their line. Well, then you'll come into our shop and you'll see some other brands maybe you're not familiar with, like Camaro. Camaro is an Austrian brand that we have sold really well. It's one of the most referred products that we have. It's much different than anything else in the surf industry in how they make the rubber. It's a much more supple material, much thinner, but extremely warm. Again, glued and blind stitch, super important. This is a Titanium Pro. Offers unmatched flexibility, so it almost doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. The other thing great about this titanium material, it basically hardly holds any water, so you can get out of the lake, shake it, and you're pretty much dry. If you're a surfer, however, abrasion to this is probably not the suit for you. You want to stay with this nylon coating and like the O'Neill's, but for water skiing, wakeboarding, something where you're not having friction on it, this is a great option. This suit did really well, but I had a lot of customers that's like, Bill, I really wish Camaro would make something that could help me replace my dry suit, that offer me more warmth. Say I live in Utah or Colorado and I want something that in 40, 50 degree water temperature that will work. Well, Camaro stepped up to the plate last year, Titanium Zero. What's different about this? You get a thicker titanium material here, but the magic in this suit is a zipper. This is a military grade zipper that they put on this. No metal to it, but it's totally waterproof. It resists water coming into it and basically makes your suit stay dry. This is almost, they don't call it a dry suit, but it's pretty close to it. The other suit that we sell a ton of is called the Black Tech Full. Black Tech is basically one of the warmer suits that Camaro does. Again, glued and blind stitch, extremely flexible. The only difference is it can hold a little bit of water, but for the value, this suit you're at $269 versus over $300 for the titanium. Black Tech is a go-to suit for a lot of our customers. But you know, what if you live in a temperature or a climate where, man, it gets really cold and I need additional warmth on it? Well, we can help you with that too. Camaro offers basically a John material out of the titanium material that reflects the heat back directly against your skin, that you can wear as a base layer underneath that. So you can wear that underneath it, and that works extremely well. If you don't want the John, they do just a John top. So put that underneath your full suit, gives you another layer of protection and warmth. All right, but Bill, I don't want to freeze my ass off. I really want to stay warm. Well, we got you covered there too. Dry suits. O'Neill Boost dry suit. This is a bag suit. What's a bag suit? It's a looser fitting suit with a much big brass zipper on it that is totally waterproof. This will keep you warm. Well, it looks really thin, Bill. It feels like it's just a nylon coating. Well, guess what? You need to wear the insulation underneath it, and that's the beauty of it. You can kind of customize how warm you want to be. Put some fleece or sweatpants underneath it. Basically, that will help keep you warm in the coldest water. Water won't come in through this. It has a neoprene neck with the seals on the legs, latex seals that don't allow any water in it. So that's called the Boost Dry Suit. Also works for slalom skiing, wakeboarding, even some guys barefoot in it. However, probably our best-selling dry suit from O'Neill is called the Fluid. Re-engineered a couple years ago, made with the fluid seams, super stretch rubber. This is probably one of the most comfortable dry suits on the market. Again, you don't have to layer up in this. This you wear just as it is. Neoprene seals here on the arms, on the legs. Also has leg cinches to help stop keeping the water coming in. So really, no matter what temperature you're trying to get out the water in, we've got a good assortment of wetsuits here to meet your needs. You know, the big thing is ask questions. What temperature water am I going to be in? What am I going to be doing in it? And how warm do I want to be? And these are just men's suits. We have kids and women's suits. So if you have questions, want more knowledge, call us at the shop, 407-859-7544. Email us at sales@perfski.com, or go onto our website. There's a ton of information on the site, but hopefully this gives you at least a general overview of what to look for in suits and how to buy one. But again, got questions? Ask, we'll help.